Gero here for Umbra Games with a review of Horizon Chase Turbo, played on the free PlayStation Plus digital copy given to us July 2019, so that way I could keep my physical copy nice and sealed on the shelf. I am noticing more and more racing games being prioritized in my backlog, but this Brazilian-developed 90s throwback arcade racer just grabbed my attention for some obvious nostalgic reasons. Not only that, but as I dove in, I heard tunes that sounded very close to Top Gear on Super Nintendo that I played back in the day, and then I did some research and found out it's the same composer. I'm in love with this official soundtrack. As I dive deeper into my personal project of getting to the heart of game mechanics as they tie to genres, Horizon Chase Turbo helped me add another subgenre tag to racing. Now, I'm personally not a fan of the use of arcade racing as a genre, because it's just applied too liberally. I'm toying with the term on-rails racing because in this style of game there's no turning around or wandering off the course. You control your speed and the degree of your turn around the game's racetracks, which, when granularly describing like that, I guess could sound less entertaining, but I assure you, Acquirus got their formula right. There are over 100 tracks in this game across 12 locations. I think the box technically says 12 countries, but Hawaii and California are kinda in the same country. You start with the World Tour mode being the highlighted starting point, and as you place in races and clear the content, you unlock new game modes. The Endurance, which randomly picks courses that you must do back-to-back without falling lower than 5th place, and Tournaments that group courses logically. And I think a key factor in being able to add a shine to this style of racer in the modern age is the unlockables. In World Tour mode, there's a point system in place where you get gold coins. Getting first place gets you most of the way to 100%, but each track also has blue coins spread around that must be gathered for the Super Trophy. You also have a fuel gauge to keep an eye on and grab tanks spread around the course. At the end of the race, you get your place in coins, your blue coins as coins, and extra coins for extra fuel in your tank when crossing the finish line. These gold coins are required to open up new tracks, open up the upgrade courses, and unlock new vehicles. The region map icons will subtly show you the status of the races within them. Red meaning some unfinished or unplaced courses, blue meaning passed, and gold meaning you've gotten first place in the various cups. Getting all gold in a region also unlocks a new car. Now there is one upgrade course per region with a required coin total to unlock, and there are as many upgrades. Each one generally boosting a combination of 2 stats among top speed, nitro, fuel efficiency, turning, and acceleration. There are only 12 upgrades though, so you're mainly selecting the order you wish to receive them. These also only apply while in World Tour mode. Now I haven't unlocked all vehicles yet, even having completed the game, but I did fall into the trap of finding one car that worked really well for my driving style, and I didn't really alter it too much throughout the campaign, other than changing the color. Every upgrade you've unlocked in World Tour mode applies to all vehicles when racing in World Tour mode though, so every car is getting better each time. To make retreading World Tour even a bit more fun, your competition in prior levels do not get upgraded based on your progression. So going back and playing races you didn't Super Trophy in is even more fun to go back and break records. One other mechanic that's good to learn to master is the takeoff from the starting line. If you get your RPM in the green when the light turns green, you're given a giant boost to start off with. If you're too cranked into the red, you'll spin out, otherwise you take off normally. Now, one of the biggest threats in this type of game is other traffic, and Horizon Chase Turbo is no different. I found the biggest challenge of the game avoiding other vehicles that will craftily try and stop you from passing them. Often getting the high-speed boost on start, especially on the thinner roadways, often had me starting out worse as you strike the back of the competition and get slowed down massively. There's no penalty to blowing up on the side of the road other than the seconds that you lose. As mentioned, you do have a nitro. You start with 3 per track, but some courses have pickups you can grab if you're quick enough to see which lane one is in. The game does feature local multiplayer split screen, emphasizing that nostalgic racing feeling even more. Graphically, you can tell the game keeps its objects, polygons, and textures relatively simple. Mere screenshots don't quite do this game justice though, as much as seeing how smooth it runs in action. Furthermore, tracks still feel differentiated as you observe the various landscapes, monuments, and terrain around the world. Overall, if you're looking for a modern take on the racing games of old, Horizon Chase Turbo has simple but fluid graphics, tons of tracks, an amazing electronic soundtrack, several game modes, a central World Tour campaign with lots of motivation to come back and get golds in it, with cars that often will have you stick with one you like most of the game, but enough slight differences in control style that you can get settled into your own. Rated as an on-rails racing game, Horizon Chase Turbo stops in an 85 out of 100 on my true 0 to 100 scale, where 50 is an average game. This is Gero for Umbra Games. Thanks for watching.